Okay, traders. Polkadot for you guys today. Breakout plus continuation. Who does not like to see that? Like, who does not appreciate that as well? I mean, isn't that something which everybody loves looking at? Going out, breaking above the consolidation range, the accumulation range, bullishly engulfing above the next retest of this prior high, flagging out, continuing further. Who does not like to see that? It's just pretty amazing to look at Polkadot do things as expected. So I'm going to be taking a comprehensive look for the coming week and this particular weekend as well. So the last video was all about these Fibonacci reaccumulation zones, and the ultimate resolution to the upside was finally was confirmed with this particular bullish engulf structure right here. We came back, retested the breakout, and then we are succeeding. We just simply retested it. We had 2 pin bars, and then we had a continuation move directly at the 1.618 signaling strength. Had a little retest, and now we're simply continuing to the upside, which is pretty nice to see. Currently halting around 3.414 Fibonacci levels, somewhere around 30. Well, 30 only. I mean, yep, we have retested. We have tested the $30 regions of liquidity, which is certainly a good potential profit taking zone in the short term, or at least a little sideways in the extreme small time frames like the hourly or something. But this candle on the hourly right here is strength, right? This is a pretty neat bullish engulf momentous move to the upside. Simply breaking past the 2.618 with this amount of momentum, yeah, certainly you got conviction behind any move which is coming out of Polkadot. It's not really surprising because it was all expected. As we were leaving this accumulation range, it was pretty much expected that Polkadot is at least going to go for some $30 targets, and my personal targets being somewhere around 40. My personal targets, like I've told Polkadot to go to 40, like, you know that. So if I it'll actually go there, you know. Well, $40 because breakout from any accumulation range these days are simply like a bare minimum 100% move, even on the majors, even on cryptocurrencies with quite a large amount of market capital. You're simply headed after any consolidation, you are breaking towards 100% move to the upside. These things happening because key market moves like Ethereum, Bitcoin have done a significant move. You cannot forget, we were at 10K during October, November. We are almost at 50K. So if the market mover is moving the markets like that, these small players are also going to catch up. They are going to catch up with real style and real fashion. And this is what we are looking at. This is called fashion sense right here to the upside. And currently hovering around 414, but the potential target being $40 for profit taking. Now certainly 7.618 is at 50. Now this one being more precise as a midterm target, but let's see what are the points of invalidation. Now since we're looking at the hourly time frame, and the structure is pretty much clear in the hourly itself, this bullish engulf right here is supposed to mean strength. So losing this candle, losing this structure below, basically breaking below 26, is going to be little concerning in the extreme small time frame. But nonetheless, this pattern is not concerning. This entire structure, this entire price action structure is certainly not concerning at all. In fact, it's pretty strengthful, to be honest. Just take a look at the 12-hour time frame. You're simply breaking to the upside. You're simply following up. You're following through. Any breakout move is just being like, all these areas are going to be history pretty soon, and Polkadot will let's hope not. Let's hope it does not come down to these levels back again in the future. But it's very much likely if Bitcoin decides to go into a little sideways to consolidation ranging market for a couple of months. Certainly Polkadot could come back and retest the $15 regions around this level, but it's difficult to say as of now because we've already moved 100% to the upside, leaving this accumulation range, which is currently still strengthful. It is still trending to the upside. It's still going on. The 21 simple moving average, yep, on the 12-hour time frame, being one of the trend controller, but the clearer picture is going to be at the 4-hour time frame, to be honest. I had a little throwback to reaccumulation here. I was talking about how this breakout would be significant, and it stood to be true. We broke out, we retested it twice, but we never really closed any candle below this particular top that had formed back on the 25th of January. We never closed a candle below it, so these candles were considered pin bar. Well, not considered, they were pin bars. This is signaling strength right here, once, twice, thrice. Yep, now you have the follow through and you are constantly pushing to the upside, which is nice to see. Certainly nice to see. Ultimate target being 40, 50, so on and so forth. So upside targets, now here's the thing, upside targets are going to be, they can be pretty much anything. Like you can talk about Polkadot going to $100 because that's also pretty much possible. Look, I cannot deny the possibility of these things. Looking at Dogecoin, I'm in a complete disbelief. Looking at most of the micro caps and most of the general crypto market, I'm in total disbelief. So most likely so are you if you're coming from a long form of bear market. These price actions are simply humongous, and if the asset does not have, if the base asset in cryptocurrency markets, the Bitcoin, the kingpin, the landlord of all the cryptocurrencies, if Bitcoin has no incentives to actually break the ranges below to the downside, again, like falling below 40,000 or maybe 38,000, those significant level, you do not see any particular specific incentivization for assets like DOT or Link maybe to actually go to the downside. BTC dominance is also shrinking as Bitcoin is kind of hovering to the upside, which means it's a clear cut altcoin play. It's going on. Alt season is going on. Alt season, the key thing is how much are you capitalizing on it. I mean, that's because alt season right now is going to probably fade away in the coming months or so. The dominance the liquidity is gonna dry up. Market is gonna start moving sideways. But well, until the train is going to the upside, we are gonna be wanting to stay in the train, right? To capitalize, to maximize the gains. DOT to BTC, real quick. Okay. Polkadot BTC, yep, totally maintaining the structure. In fact, looking good. This range right here getting picked up every single time, coming down to those significant levels. This diagonal trending support. Pretty much neat, to be honest. And wow, we did have okay. Now this is something really interesting. The 3-day closes in next 2 days, and if you're closing anywhere here, Mr. Polkadot is looking like wow. Okay, just look at the structure right here. It's a pennant coming off of these bullish engulf candles. You were consolidated on this on this particular range, got accumulated in this got reaccumulated in this grind. Now you're pushing further, you're breaking the range. If you close that 3-day candle above these levels right here, this one being the key one right there, is around 58,000. Let's just say 60,000 satoshis. If you're closing 3-day candle above 60,000 satoshis, yep, this is going to be looking like a pennant which is going to have massive upside, which is going to certainly have a massive. This right here is your moon pattern. Okay, I mean, call me a moon boy, but I've been waiting years to look at these kind of price actions, because this is what cryptocurrencies they do, right? Because once the demand starts in the market, there's not much stopping for these ones to actually go to the upside. So if you're closing any 3-day on these levels, you're certainly going to be looking really nice for good moves, good damn moves to the upside. Where's the trend line? Okay. First pennant target being 86,000 Satoshi, but I do not think that the train is going to stop over there, which is yet again a 40% move, quite significant. I think you could be looking at a $100 polka pretty soon. If you're going to be closing a 3-day candle like this, it's not that far. $100 polka is not far. I mean, certainly in the realm of all the possibilities, but would be really nice to actually look at Polkadot climb onto those levels, especially an asset which is coming all the way from like $5 in the bottom, getting accumulated and finally leaving the accumulation range all the way to $100. I mean, won't that be really nice to look at? Okay, let's just before I go to the 4-hour time frame, I just go for the daily as well. All right, so the previous daily candle was a good bullish engulf structure closure above the of this entire range. In fact, leaving the range here, confirming the trend to the upside on the daily time frame. Now this is confirmation right here. You want to be back testing it and ultimately closing above this high on the BTC pair at 58,500 satoshis. Any backtest could be an opportunity that could get bought back up, immediately bought back up, and we could be looking at some further continuation of the upside. But your key level of risk management could be this particular trend line right here. You could all right, you could certainly argue that we can slow down a bit, market could take its time, and this could actually be something like this, right? Because this makes sense. Could be a channel, to the upside, and a lot of times I've actually seen these channels getting like a choppy price action behavior all across this channel like this, and ultimately having a massive significant move to the upside. Ultimate breakout is usually coming in strong on these moves, but this one right here, you could argue it could be something like this. So pay close attention to these levels. Well, actually, let's be a little more precise. Let's simply take this time. Yep, well, it was already precise, it looks like. Okay, so this previous daily candle, now this is going to be certainly turning around a lot of heads, and now you go to the upside, you consolidate for about a month, and then you show up with a bullish engulf candle breaking the range to the upside. Yeah, certainly you're going to be shaking, turning around some. Yep, why not? Pretty confidence inducing, even as a trader, even as a swing position holder. This is quite confidence inducing. I mean, looking pretty neat on the structure as well. You could certainly come down here, retest it, but losing the control of this diagonal trending line could mean downside. So what are the likely downside areas of interest? This one right here, key area of significance, this one right here, and this one right here. Step by step, everything's gonna go step by step to the upside and the downside. Nothing's gonna happen overnight. Well, actually the asset is gonna tell you that, hello, look at me, I'm about to move, you better load up or I'll just leave the goddamn station and never come back to you again. So, well, this range looks to me like it wants to resolve to the upside. I mean, yep, if it does, you know the upside targets. Let's just reconfirm all of those targets with this entire structure as a Fibonacci zone, and breaking above it. We've already broken above the 1-to-1 extension at the top, coming in at 59,000 to be taking this thing as a round figure, 59,000 Satoshi. You've closed the daily candle above it. You would certainly want to be testing out some further upside here at 1.272 and 1.618. Now, I have been like constantly pointing out the fact that the trade between 1.618 and 2.618 in a blue sky breakout environment is one of the trades to be taken. This one coming in at 50% could be a pretty, not a financial advice. If it goes down south, you're not to blame me, you're not to blame anybody. You are responsible for your profits, you are responsible for your losses. You know, if you're going to be blaming me on the loss, better pay me in your profits as well. Give me a cut. I'm just kidding, you can keep 100% of your profits. Pay the taxes though. I mean, pay the taxes. You don't want your situation to turn around like McAfee. Go read about McAfee if you're new in these markets. Just go have fun. Go look at some facts about Mr. John McAfee, the creator of McAfee antivirus. Well, duh. Rocket science. Anyway, okay. So this trade right here, 1.618 to 2.618, it's going to be certainly interesting one to be looking at. For this one to trigger, we have to do a lot of things right here below the 1.272 and the 1.618. Any closure above 1.272 around 7,000 Satoshi on a daily time frame or even on a 12-hour time frame, to be honest, it's going to be certainly likely taking the price action to the upside at 1.618, which is going to be a move of 20%. Now stay away from the chop. Stay away from VIX to the downside. Something like this right here. huge wick to the downside, but not closing below the 21 simple moving average. You can simply see how much of a magnet this 21 simple moving average was to the downside. So it's gonna be the same for the upside, man. These trending behaviors, these pattern behaviors, they're not that difficult. Trading these things are not. In fact, had you been holding Polkadot for like a month or so, you would have been you would have been quite significantly up, right? 200%. But if you are looking at these markets on a daily basis, you are going to be you're going to be trading the ranges, which reminds me to get to extremely small time frame. I'm going to be, let me know in the comments down below if you want to be looking at some intraday ninja techniques, intraday time frame playouts on extreme small time frames, how to identify a breakout and all of this, on all of those crap. If you're interested in short time frame, extreme short time frame trading, I could dedicate an entire part of a week to those kind of videos. Just let me know in the comments. Just let me know what kind of content you want to see in terms of crypto markets, daily, hourly, minute. You want to take a look at the second candles. Yep, there we go. Mr. Polkadot on 1 second, guys, for you. I mean, isn't that looking like a nice range? I'm just rambling. Just bother with my just hold on to my ramble. But yeah, this is the 1 second 1 second time frame. It's just madness to even look at. Well, 15 second time frame is quite interesting to trade. I've actually tried on a few trades on 15-second time frame, and this do seem to work. They do seem to work. Well, this one could break to the downside and come here for a move of 2%. Could be a good high leverage trade right there, but stay away from leverage. Like, this is me being a hypocrite right in front of you guys. Anyway, don't be lost on those extreme small time frames. If you're looking at seconds, you want to be looking at those price action very objectively. You cannot take a hodl position coming off of a 15-second time frame, right? So it's just specifically for making some ninja intraday moves like that. which would not work. Should not work out. Could not work out, right? All right. So pretty neat 1 hour time frame on the BTC pair as well. Not neat, to be honest. I mean, this was a pretty catastrophic dump. Like, okay, but the overall structure certainly making a lot of sense right here. And the 8 hour time frame also being one of the key time frame to base your analysis off of, because I've seen 8 hour time frame playing out. It's like double of 4 hour. So 4 hour being another significant time frame in crypto markets. 8 hour time frame is going to be even more significant. So keep an eye on 8 hour time frame as well, as we are currently trending up the 21 simple moving average on the 8 hour. All right, you could wait and watch around this level, actually 63,000 Satoshi. If you're not able to gain 63,000 Satoshi in the preceding 8 hour time frame candles, you could certainly look at some down moves coming and coming all the way at 54,000 Satoshi, somewhere around here. And look, I just let me know if my videos, they make you confused more than they make you resolved, so that I'm gonna be cutting down on my rambling quite a bit. Or if just let me know if you like to hear my bullshit. And so I would make longer videos for you guys. In fact, these levels right here being pretty important to the downside and to the upside, you got to be clearing off. You got to be steering clear of the 63,000 Satoshi. If you're leaving this range right here to the upside, you can talk about further off moves to 70,000 Satoshi and then 84,000 Satoshi ultimately. But the ultimate target being around these levels. Now, don't get me wrong, don't get me on the moon boy side, but this is how technical works on a blue sky breakout. These zones that you're looking at, yep, they are going to happen if we keep on trending, if we keep on maintaining such structures for Mr. Polkadot against Bitcoin. Yeah, certainly, why not, to the upside. These structures are quite important now. Now all of these all of these lines right here could be good risk management areas for your .BTC trades, but the most interesting chart of all is certainly DOT against Ethereum, because this is going to be pretty much telling as to, like, is DOT going to be outperforming Ethereum as well? Because if it does, it's going to be having a massive upside, because this could be well, an accumulation range which could look something like this on the macro. I mean, of course, it can't go to 10 Ethereum per dot. I mean, that would be nope. 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 But yeah, I mean, on a greater whole, resolving this point to the upside, where this particular alert is at, in fact, resolving this one to the upside would mean good goddamn moves for Mr. Polkadot against Ethereum as well to the upside, which would mean that if you're looking to accumulate more Ethereum, you could simply look at this chart and you could find opportunities, well, to increase your Ethereum. You could simply flip your spot exposure in Binance across DOT and Ethereum. Just constantly make more Ethereum out of it. Currently, it looks to me like this is a good price action right here, curling to the upside. Like this point signifying strength, breaking the grind like that, and having a follow through to the upside. This one proving out to be a simple reaccumulation zone. And we're going to the upside here again. Now losing this level at 0.015 is going to mean that we're going to be coming back and probably we'll be retesting around these levels. But for the time being, it looks good to me. It could certainly go up all the way at 0.0175, and any daily closure, now get me, any daily to 3-day closure above these levels, well, you've actually started your vehicle. I mean, this candle could mean a lot of things for Polkadot against Ethereum. Look, to be honest, things are looking quite bullish for Polkadot. That's the technical outlook. I don't know what's going on in the fundamental universe. I don't know who's adopting it. I don't know who's purchasing it. I don't know who's getting into partnership with Polkadot ecosystem. But on a technical perspective, things are looking nice. Things are looking good for Polkadot. It's just pretty... wow, like not much wrong about it. You know, when everything is perfectly fine, you start wondering things. So ultimately something starts happening to you, and well, the chain of wrong things start. Then they start. Well, sorry about that ramble right there, but yeah, for things for Polkadot looking really nice on USD pair, on BTC pair, on Ethereum pair. It's gonna do good. It's gonna do good. It's gonna do good. Hardly your Polkadots if you're investment long. Me personally, full disclosure, I do not hold any Polkadot. It's just fun to speculate on these markets. Although a lot of my friends who are quite big players across the markets, they do hold huge amount of Polkadots. I mean, now this reminds me the on-chain analysis. I'm going to be taking a look at some Polkadot on-chain analysis as well in the coming videos to determine the percentage of large holders to small holders. Like that could determine how price action could behave on Polkadot against Ethereum, Bitcoin, or US dollar. The percentage of large holders, because if one of those large holders they decide to just simply exit out of Polkadot, that could just simply start triggering the chain reaction. But I do not think they are weak hands. People who are holding like most of the supply of Polkadot, they're not weak hands. They're not here in the market to buy and sell on a daily basis. They're here to accumulate, man. I mean, yep, the big money is here to accumulate Polkadot. Looks like the price action certainly very telling of those facts, and having a good momentum. Like this chart is pretty nice. If you just like negate this huge, what's it, fuck off candle right there, if you just negate that candle, yep, momentum chasing to the upside, stochastic aggressively crossed to the upside, leaving the 80. It's just started right here now. Start paying attention to Polkadot if you're not. This could be good trading opportunity as well, holding opportunity as well. Like Polkadot is going to be coming up, like it's going to present itself with a lot of opportunities. Make sure that you bag them, at least some of them, not all, if not all of them. But yep, you're looking nice. You're looking nice on the daily stochastic and the strength index as well. You are well above 60, and ever since you left the 60, you've been bullishly engulfing. You've been printing bullish candles against Ethereum. Quite interesting, in fact. Okay, so now here's the thing: if Ethereum starts moving to the upside, if Ethereum actually starts closing candle above 2000, we're quite near $2,000 Ethereum actually. If you start closing candles above $2,000 Ethereum, then Polkadot could certainly have a little pullback to sideways consolidation kind of price action here, like this, something like this. Then we can eventually talk about breaking to the upside. off of this range, in fact this entire range, and this entirety of the range could have a massive breakout move to the upside somewhere around these points, which is going to be yet another, well, not even 100%, like not that massive in this cryptoverse. Benjamin, Mr. Benjamin. Pretty interesting guy. A lot of things, a lot of data entry points he's got in his channel into the cryptoverse. Certainly genuine, one of the guys who are never going to be moon boying around. I'm going to be presenting facts to you. And that's my attempt as well in the markets. I'm not going to be misleading anybody with all of those thumbnails, those crazy stupid ass thumbnails. All right, that's enough of rambling right here. I think DOT looking good on most of the time frames, most of the pairs. Watch for the relative strength to stay above the 60 marker on .ethereum, .usd, .btc. And well, just to summarize the .USDT pair. What am I doing, man? Just to summarize it up, you are currently in a trending mode. You are simply halting below the $30 level. I do not think this is going to be the top for the top to form. We certainly need some kind of bearish divergence on macro, which is above the daily, and it looks to me like we had the chance of formulating that bearish divergence somewhere here, but it just simply got negated. Now watch this candle, this daily candle close, and because this could signify how RSI behavior could be formulating in these zones. If you actually print a huge shooting star, like going to the upside around like 35 and just closing a red like a shooting star, then you could talk about reversals coming on from that point. I mean, you want the price action to be matured. This is trend on. This is just started. Let me just take a look at Super Guppy and the historical volatility as well. Accumulation distribution indicator being completely shattered to the upside, on a constant up move. Like, aren't you goddamn tired, POLKADOT? Aren't you tired? No, you're not tired. In fact, Super Guppy looking really strengthful. HV, not any. I don't think there's any data on the daily time frame yet, but on the 4-hour time frame, yes, the volatility is still expanding. We are coming off from the lows. It is expected to expand from these levels right here, because as far as we are trending above these above this particular exponential on the historical volatility, the trend mode is going to be on. If you start falling below it, then that means it's going to be consolidating, most likely within the support foundations of bottom side being the $22 region. So this is strength right here. I mean, look at this 4-hour structure, man. This is amazing. And all right, there was this crazy buying opportunity on the 200 simple moving average in the 2-hour time frame, where the Guppy was also aligning a little reaccumulation range. And wow, just check out these levels. I'm going to be talking about Super Guppy and the 200 simple moving average play out between those things and how they function, combined with historical volatility. You got your buying points. Like, yeah, look at this right here, your key buying point right here. You could have been up somewhere around 87%. That's why I was having a lot of conviction when I was making videos about Polkadot on these levels, that yeah, this looks to me like a reaccumulation zone, and we could certainly, and now we're actually following up with that thesis, and it's actually nice to see that happen. For the time being, everything's good. Structure is nice. The 3-day, 12-day, daily, everything is bullish. Now this is strength right here. Let's just keep on continuing to the upside, and never come down back again, ever. Let's see if that happens. For that to happen, Bitcoin needs to be below a few key levels. Otherwise, we're just gonna simply float to the upside. All right, that's been pretty much it about Mr. Polkadot. This was a pretty comprehensive outlook on this entire. On the entirety of Polkadot in terms of Ethereum, BTC, USD, even the historical volatility on Mr. Polkadot. Well, I guess you gained some kind of information out of it, and I'm going to catch you guys pretty soon on the next video coming out today for Link. Bye for now.